I found this hard-working farm girl washstand on Facebook Marketplace, but let me tell you, she needed a glow up. So this is what she looked like. I bought it just like this. This person has bought paint from me before, and I do believe this is Cowgirl Coral in DIY. So I was excited that I already had a base coat on here. I am using the paint inlays by Iron Orchid, and they can be used up to 2 or 3 times. So let's get started. I'm going to show you how to make her from farm girl to fashionista. You can do this with your pieces that are outdated or that you have found on the side of the road or have been gifted or you found at the thrift store. It doesn't take much to make something incredibly art piece stuff. First thing you want to do is get your composition and kind of figure out where you want to do it. And then I just lay that composition out on the floor so I don't have to think too hard when I pick the piece up that I'm ready to do. Actually, the first thing you need to do is cut the blank edges off of these. I don't care if you're only going to use 2 sheets out of the 8-sheet paint inlay. Cut the sides off because you will forget. You'll try to match them up and they'll overlap and be in your way. Just cut them all off the second you open them up. So you really have to have this down in wet paint, and you want to make sure the paint image side is into the wet paint. So I got a pretty wet coat down. I'm spraying the back to open up the pores, and then I am putting it down into the wet paint. If you get it in position wrong, you have a few seconds to adjust it, but don't wait too long because the paint will activate into the paint and it'll blur and mess up, and you don't want to deal with that. So I'm just rubbing it down with my hand. I take a wet sponge or a wet rag or a brayer and make sure the image contacts into the paint, but don't push too hard because you don't want to push all your paint out under it and then it doesn't dry correctly and release from the paper onto your piece. And then once that's dry, you'll be able to tell because it gets kind of a white look, and then you just respray it, let it set for 30 seconds, and scream while you're pulling it off because it's so fun and so beautiful, and you can't wait to do it again. You do want to butt these up as close together as you can. That's why you cut that blank part of the image off. But I didn't. I don't know what I was doing. I didn't have my glasses on, I guess. But what you can do at the end, when it's all taken off, this, until it's not sealed, will be able to blend. So you can kind of spray an artist brush and kind of blend the flowers together and make it look like the gap's not there. I've even cut a piece that's similar to it or went back over with the same piece and filled in the gap before. So there's ways to fix it. So I'm taking this deer butt and trying to figure out where I want to put him. I do end up putting him on the side. You'll want to watch that. And I also will teach you how to paint blend. So stay tuned. So review. You put your coat of paint down. You make sure the paint side of the inlay is put into the wet paint. You spray it really, really good, not oversaturated, and then you blot it with a wet wash rag or a sponge, let it dry, and then when it's time, you spray it again, completely wet, let it set for a few seconds, pull it off, and let that piece dry. And then you'll seal it. And that is the steps to the paint inlay. So all the products I use will be in the description box. I sell the paint. I sell paint inlays. I sell stencils. I sell brushes. I gotcha if you need it, okay? And I always send a little free gift, a little thank you. You always have some kind of little surprise, and I do fast shipping. Sometimes the shipping takes longer, but I usually ship on the same day or the next day shipping if it's a day the post office is open. So anyway, here I am just having a ball doing this. Okay, I say that. It can be stressful, okay? Sometimes it's like, because you're just so worried about your investment and your piece you're trying to do, but really it is fun. Okay, here I'm cutting out the head. And I end up putting them on the side, kind of jumping up and jumping down. I don't know if I'd do it the same way the next time, but it looks fun. You can put paint inlays on walls, fabric, wood, leather, shoes, purses. You can do so many things. Another thing that looks so beautiful is if you have a wood tone piece, use our liquid patina, which is a clear water-based sealer, and you put that in, and then you put your paint inlay into it, just like you would the wet paint. You can't let it dry for hours or days. You kind of got to watch it. It's a little bit persnickety. It's off label to do it. And you won't probably be able to use the paint inlay a second or third time if you do that. But I'm telling you what, it looks beautiful on wood finishes. So don't skip trying that. This is stacked up on a pile to go to our kids in Indiana. It's a bench my husband made for our granddaughter, so I just thought I'd throw that in there because it is a paint inlay that I am out of. I got to reorder that one. Okay, so coming up, you're going to see I have to work pretty hard to blend in where I just kind of abruptly stopped the white. I kind of had a vision of where I was going, and I feel like I achieved it okay. I feel like I could have done better. I just picked some different colors to kind of just accent the corners, and DIY blends really well together. You can just mist the water bottle and then just take your brush and go back and forth and up and down and add another color. And so it's pretty easy to blend colors. But I do end up taking my sander and kind of sanding in between the color transition, and that helped. You can take a wet wash rag and wet distress in between those colors. You could take, my favorite tip is to take some pigment powder, or it's called making powder on the website, and it's just colored pigment, and you put it in there and you spray the water, and then that blends. There's so many ways to blend, and you'll see me doing some blending action here coming up. If you're new to blending, my suggestion would be to get 3 kind of safer light colors, like a white and a tan and a gray would be good ones to start with. So blending white, Fancy Farm Girl, and Cowgirl Coral are pretty contrasty and pretty unforgiving. So that's more for experience, I guess, or more patience. Here I'm adding a little bit of the Farm Fresh, and it ends up working fine. It's really fun to do. I would just say start on a board, a scrap board. See, look how that's already blending. So basically what you do, each color you use, have a brush designated for that, and then have a Switzerland brush that remains neutral and not dipped into paint. Then have a dry wash rag that you can wipe Switzerland brush on, because you're going to use it to spray the water after you put your colors on, and then you go back and forth, up and down. Some people do a swirl technique. You kind of develop your own technique, and then you wipe that brush off in between that, and you just keep doing it. You just keep repeating that process. It's really fun to do. They become friends, is what DIY paint owner says. Just like, put the 2 colors together and spray it and use a neutral brush, and they become friends. So it's really fun to paint blend. And if I would have spent more time doing that technique I just described, I could have blended it better. But I end up taking my sander because of time constraints and just sanding in between the transitions. And it worked, and it was really cute, I thought. Well, and somebody else did too because they bought it. Intermission. No, we're not smoking a cigarette. We're going to scrape up the darn paint we spilled. I use rubber scrapers to do this. Yes, your paint is dirty. Yes, it's contaminated, but I will scrape it up. I'll use a paintbrush, water it down on the ground, and bind a frame or a scrap board and put a base coat on something because this stuff is liquid gold. And the dirty paint that I just contaminated, I will scrape the chunks out after it's dry and just go with it because I can't waste it. So I am taking clear wax and waxing this. You can seal it with water-based top coat just as well. Matte, buttery finish sometimes. Sometimes I like the semi-gloss or satin finish. Isn't she pretty? Oh my goodness, I love it. So you can hang hooks on this and hang cups and use it for a coffee bar. My vintage Joy craft booth lady put a tea towel on it that you've seen in the first picture. This could be used for so many things. What would you use it for? And have you tried the paint inlays? Would you try it? And of course, I had to put some cheetah liner in that drawer because, you know, it's a classic because God made it. That's what I always say. Classic cheetah. It'll never go out of style. DIY paint and iron orchid can transform your pieces, which will transform your home and make you smile. Can't wait to read your comments, and we'll see you next time.